Tuvalu is one of those places you might only find if you were truly looking. It's a tiny, utterly charming nation floating in the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean. Tucked away somewhere between Hawaii and Australia, it's a collection of 9 small islands, like little emeralds scattered on a blue silk cloth. The capital is Funafuti, which is a wonderfully named coral atoll. Getting here feels like discovering a secret the world has kept. The entire country is only about 26 square kilometers, making it one of the smallest nations on Earth. It's so narrow in places that you can stand in the middle and see the ocean on both sides, which is a rather marvelous feeling. The population is just over 11,000 people, which is smaller than many British towns. This means everyone seems to know everyone else. There's a delightful sense of community here that is incredibly heartwarming. When you arrive, you're not just a visitor, you feel like a welcome guest. The people are so friendly, with smiles that are as warm as the tropical sun. It is a place where life moves at a gentler pace, governed by the tides and the sky. You won't find bustling motorways or towering skyscrapers here, just sandy tracks, coconut palms, and the endless, mesmerizing sound of the ocean waves. What I find utterly fascinating is the blend of languages spoken. The official languages are Tuvaluan and English, so one can get by quite easily. But hearing the melodic sounds of Tuvaluan spoken all around you is a real treat. It's a Polynesian language, closely related to Samoan. Religion is also at the very heart of Tuvaluan society. The main church is the Church of Tuvalu, a Protestant Christian faith. On Sundays, the whole island seems to pause as families, dressed in their finest clothes, head to church. The sound of hymns sung with such passion and harmony is something that will stay with me forever. Another rather fun fact is that Tuvalu uses the Australian dollar as its currency, though it also mints its own coins. These coins are quite unique, often featuring local wildlife like sea turtles and fish, which I think is a lovely touch. It's a small detail, but it speaks volumes about the country's pride in its natural heritage. Everything here, from the currency to the warm greetings, tells a story of a nation that is small in size but wonderfully grand in spirit. It's a place that immediately captures your heart and makes you want to understand its story. The history of Tuvalu is a rich and fascinating tale of long journeys across the sea. The first people to arrive here were brave Polynesian voyagers who navigated the vast Pacific using only the stars, currents, and winds. They settled on these tiny islands centuries ago, likely coming from Samoa and Tonga. Imagine setting off in a canoe with no land in sight for days, trusting your knowledge of the natural world to guide you to a new home. It's a testament to their incredible skill and courage. They established a society based on strong community bonds and a deep connection to the land and sea, traditions that are still very much alive today. For a very long time, these islands remained isolated from the outside world. The first European to sight them was the Spanish navigator Alvaro de Mendana in 1568, but it wasn't until the 19th century that more regular contact was made. Whalers and traders began to visit, bringing with them new goods and ideas. This period was not without its troubles, as it also brought diseases and the terrible practice of blackbirding, where islanders were taken to work on plantations elsewhere. Despite these hardships, the Tuvaluan people showed remarkable resilience, adapting to these new challenges while holding on to their core cultural values. In the late 19th century, the islands came under British influence, eventually becoming part of the Gilbert and Ellice Islands colony in 1916. For decades, Tuvalu was administered alongside the Gilbert Islands, which is now Kiribati. However, the Polynesian Tuvaluans and Micronesian Gilbertese had distinct cultures and languages. This led to a desire for separation, and in 1974 the Tuvaluan people voted overwhelmingly for their own identity. It was a peaceful and democratic process, a quiet revolution that spoke of their strong sense of self. It must have been a momentous time full of hope for the future. This journey culminated in Tuvalu gaining its independence on the 1st of October 1978. It became a sovereign nation within the Commonwealth, a proud small country ready to make its own way in the world. Later, in the year 2000, it became a full member of the United Nations, giving it a voice on the global stage. From ancient seafarers to a modern independent state, Tuvalu's history is a story of endurance and self-determination. It is a history that has shaped the strong, proud, and independent people you meet on these islands today, a people who know exactly who they are. Life in Tuvalu revolves around family or aiga. It is the cornerstone of society, with extended families often living together or very close by. There is a wonderful sense of togetherness and mutual support. Children are raised by the whole community, and elders are deeply respected for their wisdom and experience. You see it everywhere. In the shared meals, the cooperative work, and the easy laughter that fills the air. It's a way of life that feels incredibly nurturing and connected, a stark contrast to the more individualistic societies many of us are used to. This strong family bond is the anchor that keeps Tuvaluan culture secure. Music and dance are the vibrant heartbeats of Tuvaluan life. They are not just for special occasions, they are an essential part of everyday existence. The traditional Fatail is a marvelous performance where a group of dancers acts out the story of a song. The music is infectious, driven by the rhythmic beat of wooden boxes and the powerful harmonious singing of the group. It is a spectacle of joy and energy, telling stories of history, legends, and daily life. I found myself completely captivated, wanting to clap along and join in. It's a beautiful living expression of their culture and identity. And then there is the food, which is, of course, delicious and deeply connected to the land and sea. The diet is based on what the islands provide. Coconuts are used in almost everything, from creamy sauces to refreshing drinks. Fish naturally is a staple, often caught fresh from the lagoon and cooked over an open fire. Other important foods include pulaka, a type of swamp taro that is grown in special pits, breadfruit and bananas. Meals are simple, fresh and wholesome. Sharing food is a vital part of hospitality, and being invited to eat with the family is a true honor and a delightful experience for the senses. When not working or sharing meals, Tuvaluans have a great passion for sports. The most popular sport is te ano, which means the ball. It's a traditional game that is fast-paced and exciting, played with two woven balls. It's a bit like volleyball, but with its own unique rules and a fantastic community spirit. Football is also incredibly popular, with lively matches played on the only airstrip in Funafuti. When a plane isn't due, the runway transforms into a playing field, a park, and a social hub. It's a brilliant example of making the most of what you have, and it perfectly captures the resourceful and cheerful nature of the Tuvaluan people. Despite its idyllic appearance, Tuvalu faces a very serious and urgent challenge: climate change. The highest point in the entire country is only about 4.5 meters above sea level. This makes it incredibly vulnerable to rising sea levels. During high tides, known as king tides, seawater can bubble up from the ground, flooding homes, roads, and the precious pulaka pits where they grow their food. It's a stark and frightening reality. The very existence of this beautiful nation is under threat, and the people are living with this knowledge every single day. It is a global problem, but here it is a daily personal crisis. This existential threat has, of course, led to discussions about the future. The idea of migration, of having to leave one's ancestral homeland, is a painful one. The government is exploring innovative solutions, including the Future Now project, which aims to create a digital version of the nation. This would preserve its history, culture, and government services in the virtual world, ensuring that Tuvaluan identity can survive even if the physical land is lost. It is a heartbreakingly futuristic plan, born out of sheer necessity. It shows a level of foresight and planning that is truly remarkable, but it's a plan no country should ever have to make. Yet, in the face of this immense challenge, what I have found most extraordinary is the strength and resilience of the Tuvaluan people. They are not simply victims, they are fighters. They are adapting in practical ways, such as raising the foundations of their houses and planting salt-resistant crops. They are also powerful advocates on the world stage, using their voice at international forums to demand climate action from larger industrialized nations. Their message is clear and powerful: we are sinking, but we are not giving up. Their courage in the face of such adversity is profoundly moving and deeply inspiring. My time in Tuvalu has been an unforgettable experience. It is a place of incredible beauty, warm hospitality, and a rich, vibrant culture. But it is also a front line in the global climate crisis. The spirit of the Tuvaluan people, their fatel, their aiga, their unwavering hope. This is the nation's true treasure. They are facing an uncertain future with a grace and determination that the world must pay attention to. The spirit of Tuvalu is a beacon of resilience, a testament to the strength of human culture against the rising tide, and a story of hope that absolutely must not be allowed to be washed away.